Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We're talking all about systems and how to organize our lives to make it a lot easier. So today I wanted to bring up a topic that I don't always or very often hear people talking about. It's that Groundhog Day when our children or even ourselves, our partner or us, get sick. And I'm not talking about some, important life-threatening illnesses that we have to go to the doctor. I'm talking about a cough, a runny nose, a fever, a rash, something that we can easily treat at home, and how we often relearn those secret recipes, those ratios, honey to water to apple cider and whatever, and how much energy it takes us to continually looking for those solutions every time it happens. Like for me, in the winter, it happens 2 or 3 times each kid, and every time I used to go looking for those recipes, and I knew that I saved it somewhere. I saved it in the Facebook favorites, in Instagram, I took screenshots, I recorded in some notes, I wrote it in some sticky notes on paper, whatever. I mean, I wrote it down somewhere, I have it somewhere, but in the moment when I need it, I could never remember where I actually put it. And that was draining me so much. I even remember we had this mom group when my kids were small. I had this mom group on WhatsApp. And I remember how often we kept asking each other the same questions. It would be like several times a month, we would go searching for the answers and then asking each other again, what did you do for cough? What did you do for fever last time? What did you do for this? What did you do for that? And it was just driving me crazy how often we would just go in those cycles again and again and again. And we would never have one place where we would be able to just go and search for by symptoms or by treatments or by names, by anything. We didn't even have a spreadsheet. And I'm talking about, 10 years ago or so when my kids were small. Mine are close to teenage years now. So I've been through that area, and I'm sort of figured out a lot of things along the way, and that's what I'm going to share with you today is how I solve that situation and what I do to make sure that I stop running in circles again and again, and I stop searching for mom groups, for my best friends' answers, for their trusted advice, for grandmas. I mean, endless options where we can go searching. And I'm not even talking about Googling all those suggestions and advice. That is a black hole of doom. Once we start searching that on Google, that is that just worries me a lot. So I don't even do that. But I do always need to find some sort of remedies. And I'm talking about things that this is not a medical channel or anything. I do not have a medical degree. I'm not a doctor or anything. I'm just a fellow mom who was tired of relearning again and again, reliving that Groundhog Day every time when my kids, me or my partner would get sick, and we're looking for that secret chicken soup recipe. Or my husband gets sinusitis once in a while, more often than I'd like to for him to have it. But I used to, every time I would be like, oh my gosh, what did I do last time? I had this whole protocol. Where did I write it? Where did I put it? And every time I would be searching for it. And it just feels so frustrating and annoying to not know where do you have that information. So what I did is, for myself and for my family, I created this Notion system. I don't know how many of you use Notion. This is basically a web-based workspace where you can create all kinds of neat stuff. And that's where I create my systems, digital systems that help me run my house smoother. And so what I did for my family is that I started building little by little, using those tried and true, proven home remedies and simple things that are not medical, that are more like simple things that can help, especially if you catch them on the early stages of, for example, my husband's sinusitis. If we catch it, if he starts working on the symptoms right away as he starts feeling it, he can get through it without antibiotics. If he doesn't remember, he doesn't know where the recipes are, he doesn't know what the protocol is, what to do, and all that we used to struggle with, he would end up going to a doctor and getting antibiotics, and then ended up with the same situation a month later, because that's just how it was, until I started putting together this system that I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to tell you how I did it so that you can either build one for yourself, and I'm going to give you the suggestions and tools how you can do that, or you can purchase the template that I've already built for you. The links are going to be in the description to this video. So what I did is I built a family health protocol system. So by the end of this video, after I show you and tell you everything, you're going to have an idea of how to create your own system, and how to archive and how to systemize all of those tried and true proven home remedies that you've been writing down in different sticky notes. I mean, obviously, we don't have a problem with accessing information these days. There is obviously a lot of different resources that we can go and search aside from our grandma's recipes and our mom friends' recipes. I'm talking about the internet, I'm talking about AI. It's all super easily foundable. The problem is not that we can't find the information. The problem, for the most part, is that we don't know where to look for and what to look for in the moment when we actually need it, when one of our family members, especially when kids get sick. And for one, we don't even know what we're looking for if we don't keep any track of it. And for two, it's just a rabbit hole. We fall into it and we start searching for, what to do, a simple home remedy for a runny nose, and we end up thinking that we're doomed. We're not gonna survive this and all of that. And I've definitely been there. I've definitely fallen into the rabbit hole. And it took me a while to come out of it, to crawl out of it step by step, and eventually find my way to making it a lot simpler. So to give you a head start, right after this video, after you watch this video, you can start building your own system, and you can start by getting my quick start parent guide. It's a one-sheet PDF where you can have some essentials for some common simple illnesses and the solutions that you can use. Simple, easy, and very accessible. You can download that free quick guide right into the description. The link is in the description. And if you want to go deeper, and if you want to have my whole system, you can get it, my family health protocol system. Also, the link in the description. So let's go into my system. I'm gonna show you how I ended the cycle of constantly asking my mom friends, searching in the groups, asking grandmas for advice, and Googling. How I ended up that cycle. Let me show you what I did for my family. I built this red zone with the information in case if we need to call 911, or if I need to give I need to find information very quickly. And oftentimes when the emergency happens, obviously our brain oftentimes just turns off and we can't even remember our own name. And sort of unrelated, I really can relate to that, because when I needed my skills, when I needed to help my mom, when she had a health struggle, I was so stressed and I was so scared that I even forgot that I was a CPR certified, and I totally freaked out, totally forgot about what I was supposed to do. Not even what I was supposed to do. I forgot that I even knew and that I even passed this certification like 2 months before that. That's when I realized how stress can really take a big toll on our ability to think, to act, to do anything. And that's when I started building systems that I can lean on, knowing that I'm just not the kind of person who can react and who deals really well with stress. I don't deal well with stress, and that's what makes me build those systems that I can just know that there is a step-by-step, there kind of like step-by-step system that I can just go in and I can follow those steps and not worry that I'm missing something. So this is what the red zone here in the beginning of the system is. Then I have this table, the dosage table, where once I update it here in all of the protocols, I'm going to show you next, when all of the protocols that I have, they update automatically everywhere. So here's what I have for my system for the search to eliminate that that freak out moment, and to eliminate that doing again and again the same things, relearning the same things. So what I do is I've already put all of the information in there. I've built it all in, and you can purchase this template, this whole thing from here all the way here. And every one of these cards also has a protocol with specific illnesses that are related to that season. So here I have this symptom checker, and you can just type a symptom, for example, sore throat, and it would immediately give you, oops, I misspelled it. It's sore, and it would immediately give you options that have those symptoms. And once you go into that card, let's say strep throat, you would go into that card to see the protocol, so that you would check the symptoms to see if that's what your child, you or your spouse are having. And then I would give you some home treatments and some medicine cabinet suggestions. Again, this is a friendly suggestions, advice. This is not a medical advice, and I say it on every page to make sure that you guys know that this is not a medical advice. This is just a mom to mom kind of suggestions and advice that I'm sharing based on the experience and based on the symptoms that I've built. So I also wanted to show you one little trick that I built here that you can include for yourself. If you know how to use Notion, if you want to build it for yourself, you can just go ahead and do that. So you would, if you type it in here, for example, Elena, and you would type the information, whatever information, Zyrtec. I have allergies, seasonal allergies, so I used to take Zyrtec all the time. So the trick here is that once you go to the home page, that is all linked together, and you see this is showing up on the main page as well. So if you type here something, my son's name is Luke, so if we let's put him Luke, and he needs peppermint oil, peppermint essential oil, for example, obviously, for something. Once you go into one of the protocols, you will have it there already updated as well. You see how it's all connected. And the last thing here, on every page, on every protocol, I have symptoms for when to call the doctor, so that you are not feeling lost every time. Don't go into the rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, this is so serious, this is life-threatening, so that you know that if you have one of those symptoms, you know that you need to go to the doctor. If you don't have those symptoms, then you're probably going to be okay searching for doing with the home remedies and some rest and simple things that you can do without worrying about worrying to go to the doctor immediately. So this is how I built it for my family. This is what I did to make sure that it is easier for me to avoid having that freak out moment, and that I can easily go into the symptom checker or seasonal protocols and just go and find what I need super quick. For my husband, for example, he has sinusitis, sinus pressure, sinusitis, sinus infection. So I would go into that card, and I already know his symptoms. They are always the same. And I have this whole protocol that we just go step by step, and he knows the protocol. He has access to the system, so he can also, anytime he starts feeling the symptoms, he goes into the protocol and he starts working on it right away. And usually it helps within a couple of days and he's back to normal. Best part about having a system like this is that it is shared. It is not just in your head. You're not the only person who knows where those secret recipes, where those home remedies are. You share it with your family, with your babysitter, with your grandparents, with your partner, and they all have access to it and they all can go into it and they can all quickly find what they need. So this is super useful, super helpful. I highly recommend building something for yourself like this. Find another way to build this system. Even if you start with like a notebook and you use a notebook where you would write the most common things that are happening in your family, and you would write and you would keep that notebook or binder or something physical if you prefer. You can just do it like this. If you want to have access, like I know that when we're traveling somewhere, my husband always gets sinus infection, sinusitis, or some sinus problems every time when we travel, and most times it is connected to his stress levels. And I don't want to keep it in my head. I don't want to keep it in my mind all the time, remembering the steps, what we need to do. But I do want to have access to it. And obviously, I'm not going to carry a binder with me every time we travel. So this is why I choose this digital space where I can easily access it from anywhere. And I know what kind of things I need to take. I put those in my medicine bag, which I can also show you in one of the other videos of how I organize my medicine bag, medicine kit here in the house, and a travel medicine kit, because I usually try to avoid strong medicine and prefer home remedies as far as I can go. Obviously, I don't try to treat ear infection or strep with just home remedies. I try to make sure that I follow the guidelines, the official medical guidelines about when to go to the doctor and when to take care of it with stronger medicines. But for the most part, when possible, I try to use home remedies to treat whatever we're having in the family. And so my medicine bag, my travel and my house medicine bags are equipped with the stuff that I'm going to need for the home remedies and for some stronger medicine until the point where I need to go to the doctor. So this is very useful to have as a digital space so that you can share it with the people that might need to take care of you, your spouse, or your children. And that gives a really big plus to the digital space. If you want a template, my template, you can purchase it through the link in the description. And I highly recommend starting with downloading right away after you finish watching this video the Parents Quick Pocket Guide that is free and that has all the essentials that you need to start building your first system for health protocols for the family. So this is the framework of what I did for my family, for myself, for my own sanity. Obviously, this is not just to care for my family. It is caring for myself as well. It's probably even more about caring for myself and for my ability to stay sane that I create this kind of systems for a lot of areas of my life. This is what I wanted to share with you today. Make sure you go download that free guide and check out the template that I built for the health protocol system for the family. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, if you like the content about systemizing your life and making things simpler and putting a lot of things on autopilot and auto repeat. This is what my channel is all about. So this is all I wanted to share with you today, and I'll talk to you next time in the next video. Bye.